Well, thank you for coming back, everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make a lemonade stand. Uh, I have 4 wooden crates here. They're 10 bucks a piece at Joann's right now. I'll be painting them all white. The only paint I have is this ceiling paint. Now, of course, I would prefer to use outdoor paint, but this is the only thing I have laying around, so I'm going to use this up. Also, I have about a 4-foot piece of 2x4. I will shave this down to 1.5 by 1.5 pieces. That'll run up the side of the stand. Also, I have a fence picket here, which will go across the top of the lemonade stand. Now I'll shave this down to about probably 4 inches wide going across. You don't want too much weight on the top there, only because you're going to be using just 1.5 by 1.5 strips going up the side here. So I'll go ahead and start painting, and once I'm done painting, I'll show you how I put everything together and the designs. Like I'll have displays of lemons on the front and everything else. So it'll look pretty cool. Alright, so as the nightmare's over with the painting and we wait for it to dry, which this is already dry because it's actually pretty warm out right now, we're going to take our 2x4 and we're going to rip it into, I think I said 1.5 inches. Whatever this is, I think it's 1.5 or 1 3/4, and we're gonna make it equal. And we're gonna do 2 strips of that, so we can go up the sides on both sides. Also, we're gonna rip this down to whatever the measurement comes out to be when these are like this, side by side. So whatever these are, we'll rip it down to that. So this is kind of like what it's gonna look like. So we got that, like that. And we'll put one like this, and then we'll put, actually they're all dry, I think. Yeah, even better. So it'll look kind of like that. And then we'll have this go off the side, like this. Alright, and then we'll have the piece of fence picket go across the top. And we'll put lemon designs on the top. So it'll look good. So let's go ahead and rip this down. Alright, so like I said, we're gonna, so that is 1.5 inches. So we're just gonna rip 2 pieces at 1.5 inches. So that's a pretty much equal square. So we'll go ahead and set the saw at 1.5. So, alright, that's at 1.5. And then we're going to raise the blade just a hair above the 2x4. Alright. So, right about there. So I don't know if you can see that back there, but it's about 1/8 of an inch above the piece of 2x4. Alright. So now I'll plug it in. Make sure you always wear your safety glasses and always have your push stick ready so your fingers don't get cut off. Alright. And then, now I always turn my saw off when I go to grab the wood. Now this might just be a little too much for it, but we're going to see what happens. This is just a test run.
And like I said, I shut my blade off every time I go to grab the piece of wood because I don't want to lose a finger. So, all right, now that we got that the size we want, now I'm going to keep these edges here, and I'm going to put more on here too with a the router. So this way, you know, when kids come up, they don't get hurt by the corners. So, all right. Oh, and then also we're going to rip down the piece of fence picket. So let's do that. So let's see. So I'll go with a 4 inches. That should be good. Maybe even 3 inches. We'll start with 4 just in case we want to change it as we go. This is all. All right, let's see. So set your saw at 4 inches. The width. So we'll do 4 inches. And then you want to bring your blade down. Now also remember, when doing all this, you want to unplug your saw. Alright. So there we go. We got it about a quarter of the, eighth of an inch of the way up. So we'll go ahead and do it like that. Alright. And then once you're done, make sure you plug your saw back in. And then we'll cut this. Alright, now I think that's gonna look good just like that. So yeah. So we do have one big knot, but like I said, I gotta cut this piece down still to the width. So, alright, let's go put this together. So I'm gonna be using these 1 multi-material Power Pro screws. They're for exterior wood, but they'll be outside, so I don't have to worry about the weather rotting them out or rusting. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these. Just make sure with this wood, because it's just really make sure you just pre-drill a hole into the sides when you hook these, connect these two, because if you don't, the wood will split. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get that started. Alright, so what I'm going to do first before I go ahead and drill a hole is I'm going to run a brad nail through it, just so this way the wood, so it doesn't come out of alignment. So what I'll do is I'm going to stand them up just like this. This way I have them right where I want them, so they're square. And then I'll run just to, yeah, 1/4. So right here we have a couple high spots, which we can go ahead and just sand them down real quick. This way we don't have, because when you get to the top, you want to make sure it's flat, because you don't want them to put the lemonade up there and then it spill on their customer. So we'll go ahead. So see how there's that gap there. So, and when I bring them together, then that means this board over here is sticking up too far. So, but as you can tell, where the problem is right there. So I'll go ahead and sand that down, and it doesn't have to be painted again because it'll be covered by the boxes anyway. So let me go ahead and get the sander out. I'm gonna pause this, knock that out, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Well, instead of using the screws, I'm just gonna keep the brad nails in it. So I did 4 on this side, 4 on the inside here. And then as well up here, I did 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks pretty good. So, and then as you can see, you got the nice flat top. It's not got the gap in between here anymore. So I sanded that down. Oh, I forgot to show you sanding it down. All right, well, I'll show you next time if I build another one. All right, and then this will be good. So then you can like put like stuff in here for people to see, and then stuff in here as just advertisement, like maybe a lemon plant, and then something up here, maybe some kind of, if you have a lemon plant down there, you probably want something else in here. Not sure. My wife's good at figuring that stuff out. And then I'll put like a display of a lemon here, and then something else right here. And then now I'll build the top so you guys can see that. All right, I'm just gonna press pause, and then I'll get the camera set up so you can see me as I do the top part. All right, so these pieces that I originally cut for the side, I just feel like they'd be way too big for it. So I'm gonna skip that. I'm not gonna do that. But what I'm gonna do, hold on, I think my son's coming. I'm gonna use him real quick to see how tall I should make the banner go. All right, so this lemonade stand, so I measured at 42 inches my son stands. So I would make this side pieces 45 inches. Now I have these strips already that I had already cut down, and these are 1.5 by 1/2 inch. All right, so I'm gonna cut these at 45 inches each. So one will be on this side and one will be on that side. And then I have these other pieces that I had already cut a while back, and these are 1.125 by, let's see. So I think they were supposed to be 1/4 inch, but they look like they're a little heavy. So this will be the banner instead. So, because I don't want too much weight on this, because these are light. They're not heavy at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it light on the top. I think the other stuff would just be too heavy. So let me go ahead and cut these at 45 inches each, and then I'll screw them. Well, I'll just brad nail them right to the side. I don't think I even need to screw anything. So, all right, let me go ahead and cut them for you. All right, so as you can see, I just used a hand saw. I have a chop saw, but I just didn't feel like bringing it all the way out. All right, so and then I got 2 marks on them. So you want these both to be equal length once you nail them in. So, and then all I'm using is 1-inch brad nails to push this into the side here. So I will line this up, and I'm gonna put it back. I'll line it up with this piece right here. That looks good right there. All right, and then I'm just gonna use my square for now, but you're gonna want to use a level when doing this. And then I'll run 3 of them in there. And then same thing on this side. I'll do the same thing. Right. So I'll have it lined up with this very back one. Just run one through. Just take the E square. Alright. And then believe it or not, it's right on the money. All right, and there's you have that. All right, and then now let me just make sure you can see the top here. So there you go. Yeah, let's get this raised up for you. So what we got to do is we're gonna have to measure from here. Well, actually, we don't even have to do that. Let's actually measure this, because that'll give us a number that we need, because we don't know if these are bowed out or not. So we will 37 inches. All right. Like I said, I have these thin pieces already. So I'm gonna measure 37 inches, and then we will cut it at 37 inches. Alright, so there we go, that's 37. Now I'll shut the camera off so this way you don't have to watch the... Alright, so this is the top part here. So we're just gonna line this up. Now I took 3 of them strips. Where's that clamp? Alright. Use this clamp to clamp this on so you can nail it. Brad nail it. Alright, there we go. And then we'll just take that. And all I'm using is 1-inch nails. Brad nails. There we go. Same thing over here. 1-inch brad nail. All right. And there we go. So now I got a couple other pieces I'm gonna put on, but I'm gonna move it somewhere else where I'm gonna put them on. So just give me 1 minute. All right, and then these are the final touches. So my wife went and printed out these for me. So I got lemonade, I got a big lemon, half a lemon, and then a bunch of little lemons. So we're gonna go ahead and nail them on there, staple them on there. All right, so this is what we came up with for the final product, or kid toy. Let them play, pretend with it, or you can use it as a real lemonade stand. It's pretty cool. Now I took all the stuff out of it because we want to do the banner, and as you can see, it's dark out now, and I have everything already away. So, and once again, thank you everyone very much for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one.